you're able to.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So microphone, let me change. Okay, Hargun, I'll introduce myself in quick. Okay, Abhishek, yes. Yes, even same. Entrepreneurship is my love, second love. And yes, I'm sure that you are like, uh, your hangover is of Valentine is complete. Belated happy Valentine's Day. Now you are back from your long drives and you are back in this real world. So कल बहुत खर्चा हो गया क्या वैलेंटाइंस पे? हाँ, कौन कौन फंसा? नो चेक नो खर्चा से, चलो बढ़िया. हक से सिंगल राइट.
किसने छुप छुप के मैसेज किया? That's a
अरे
WhatsApp.
5,000
WhatsApp
लग गए.
Valentine.
5,000 लग गए कल, 10,000 लग गए, डोंट नो कितना. चलिए. सो ब्लैक डे अनुष के लिए.
Argun, please be patient. Just be patient.
Yes, Hargun. Okay, so I'll give you a quick introduction so that we can be, or we should be connected before we start. I started my journey, guys. This is I did my engineering from Indore, and why I did engineering, uh, even I don't know. I did my engineering in electronics communication. I'm proud to be an engineer. And after that, the legacy says that, and everyone says that go for MBA. So I did my MBA from the University of Massachusetts, Boston, with full scholarship. बहुत खर्चा बच गया था मेरा. And this is the beautiful campus where I studied. This is the tallest building is not the college. The tallest building is library. It's 11th floor library. So imagine, and these were all the different colleges. And here I used to take the walk, evening walk, with whom I don't know, or I won't say. I would say there you used to do kayaking and all. This is the Boston downtown where we used to go for party on weekends. And yes, और पेरेंट्स को बोलते थे कि पापा बहुत पढ़ाई चल रही है अभी, तो फोन नहीं उठाते थे. So that is the small story of. Then I moved to California. I was working with a company called ESRI, and campus ESRI. This is my desk. Beautiful life next to Vegas. How many of you want to go to Vegas? Yes, raise your hands. Yo, if you want to go to Vegas, enjoy and spend all your savings. Yes. So next to Vegas, in Los Angeles, California, next to San Diego. Beautiful life, beautiful package. But one thing still, uh, keeps striking you that you want to do something different in life. कुछ अलग करना है, कुछ बड़ा करना है. अभी सबने बोला था इंजीनियरिंग करो, जॉब करो, एमबीए करो, जॉब करो, like, and it was, I'm thankful to my job and all my managers and my team. But आपको लगता है, how many of you, I want to see that how many of you feel that कुछ अलग करना है, कुछ बड़ा करना है, कुछ डिफरेंट करना है. यार कुछ अलग सोचते हो क्या आप लोग? कुछ, how many of you there, you on the chat box, if you feel like, yes सुनिधि, कुछ करना है क्या, कि बस मम्मी पापा बता देंगे, मम्मी पापा ने बोला है तो करना है तो कर लेंगे, इंजीनियरिंग बोला है तो पहले इंजीनियरिंग कर लेते हैं फिर देख लेंगे. कुछ तो हो ही जाता होगा, सबका हुआ है इस दुनिया में, तो हमारा भी हो ही जाएगा कुछ. हाउ मेनी ऑफ, yes, Harpreet, Rohit, Vansh, Faizan, Inam. Inam, yes, thank you. Thanks to your parents, because now things are changing. Things are changing, and a lot of
No, sir.
parents also. Yes, Gavandeep. So things are changing, and a lot of parents are, and that is really, really good thing. That's why, thanks to ACIC Rise, because they are doing really good job in promoting entrepreneurship. Because we never used to have these kind of sessions on design thinking. I didn't even know that in my engineering. Entrepreneurship भी सुना नहीं था actually, honestly. So I'm thankful that things are changing around us. So that's what happened with me. And one fine day, I quit my job and came back to India. And this is the one. My dad was completely surprised and shocked that what Arjun is doing with his life. And ye kya kar raha hai? And this is the Papa Zapata, the chain of Mexican food outlets that we started launched in 2016 because I was inspired with the brand called Chipotle in US, and I quit my job, came back to start this, and after 6 months, you see that this was the team, and yes, everyone was like, you can see happy team and great. We also opened Chat Bazaar. We took a franchisee of Chat Bazaar, and this is the journey. After 6 months, again you can see that, and this is one more location in IT company, and after 6 months you can see the crowd. Why I'm sharing this? Nothing to boast, but why I'm sharing this because what is in one word? What would you say this? What would you say? Can you give one word to this difference in the picture? Can you give one word which describe these two pictures? One word. Time. Second. Change in time. Yeah, time changes more. I'll go back and forth. So success, progress, development, yes, but I would say try. In one word, I would say try and satisfaction. You try whatever you invent, it happens. People will say that it's risky. How would you do it? But just trust yourself and go ahead. And the best moment is that when customers will look forward to your product. It's nothing bigger than, see, there are two P's in life, guys. One is personal and professional. Personal का तो कुछ कर नहीं सकते, वो हाँ करेगी तो हाँ है, ना करेगी तो ना. Parents हैं हमारी, parents, relatives, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend. These are like personal life, right? Second is a professional life. Professional life में कुछ बड़ा ही करना है, right? कुछ तो डिफरेंट करना ही है ना. प्रोफेशनल लाइफ, पैसा तो कमाना है. एनीवे यू विल बी वर्किंग फॉर 9 to 8, 10 hours. सिर्फ इतना ही ना है, मेहनत करना है. तो व्हाई नॉट फॉर योरसेल्फ एंड फॉर पीपल अराउंड, हेल्पिंग पीपल अराउंड. दैट इज द, सो सेकंड पी हैज टू बी, कुछ डिफरेंट करना है तो come up with a product and service that helps the society at large. And that's what we will learn today in the design thinking, that how you can come up with that. After again 6 more months, we started one more outlet in Quadrant IT Park and one more outlet in Neon IT Park, and you can see the crowd there. And one more 2 more months we started, and we've sold a franchise in Indore, and that's the food. And yeah, this already you had a food, but still something to entice you more. This is the rice bowl and pizza and pani puri, and this is what we, these are the actual pictures we used to sell. uh, with that, I have written one more novel, not sure, one novel, sorry, it's my first novel. Now if you anyone wants to go to US or study there, do your masters, and anyone, how many of you there you want to go to US? हो गया, बहुत हो गया अभी इंडिया से. And how many of you there? Mindset, thank you Manpreet. US for recreation is certainly. Manpreet, you utter a very nice word, that is mindset. We need to have that kind of mindset. So this novel is hilarious and emotional about the journey of to US and doing job there, having all fun as well, and earning money. And why US? So that is the journey. With that, I've been teaching entrepreneurship to various colleges, and I just love teaching entrepreneurship, training entrepreneurs, helping entrepreneurs, and that's what I. This is my second love. Coming to design thinking, that is human-centered design. With that, I will also cover critical thinking. What is critical thinking? And third is the design, innovation design. Yeah, so that also we will cover what is innovation design, what is design thinking, and what is critical thinking. So that is the best fundamental is design thinking. So let's start. My question to you is, what do you see here on the screen? These are old pair of jeans. Let me ask straight question that, do you see money in these jeans? Money in these jeans. Can you make money out of? These are the old pair of jeans kept in your closet. Can you make money from these jeans? Yes. Can you make money from these jeans? Rip off jeans, okay? Second, what can you, how can you make money? You can make shorts, Tarun, yes. More? Quick, guys, quick. A lot of things to cover today. And your chat is my, your response is my energy. So, redesigning as jackets or shirts and recycled denim products. Yes, making design on these jeans, Sunana, true. If not sure if any faculty is there and I'm calling by name, sorry about it. I don't know who is the faculty here and who is the student, but all respect to everyone here. Yes, making designs more. Add a company tag on it. Yes, interesting, Vikram Singh. Very true. And here, all the stuff that you can make from uh, a jeans, maybe shorts or bags and covers and etc. You can do that. Now, this is not rocket science. What I've showed. You must be thinking, कुछ ऐसा rocket science बताओ. Elon Musk की बात करो. ये तो क्या है? So, I want to share that entrepreneurship is not about like coming up with the rocket science idea. Entrepreneurship is there around you. You just need to identify the opportunity. That is one. So, five elements of being an entrepreneur is that you observe the need, right? The second is you come up with an idea. The third is resources. You gather the resources. Like, how would you make money from the jeans? By coming up the back. So you have seen an opportunity that yes, people are liking ripped off jeans or rip off jeans, or maybe people liking these kind of recycled bags and everything. Okay, then you generated the idea. You generated the idea, and that we will make a bags and all resources that you gathered the tailors and marketing people. You got the jeans, and from where would you get the old jeans? From your friends, relatives around. And a lot of people are there, they're ready to sell in their jeans also, like 50, 100, 150 rupees anyway. It's not doing any good to them. So you can get the cheap raw material, have the tailors, and they will actually stitch the bags and other items. Fourth is that you gonna be taking the risk of your some money, more time and energy. That risk you are taking, and you are building profits. But because the cost of the total jeans, let's say, would be 400, including tailor cost, and their procurement cost, and etc. So you selling this jeans into 600 rupees, making 200 rupees of profit. This is entrepreneurship. So before design thinking, I want to share that who is an entrepreneur. The reason is that design thinking, it's the first we need to, first thing comes is design thinking, then entrepreneurship. So by the way, one thing, that design thinking can be applied in anywhere. You can apply in your engineering also, you can apply in your any subjects also, any field studies. Design thinking, we'll learn that what is that. But design thinking is actually in startups, that it means that understanding the problem and then solving people's problem with the new ideas. That is design thinking. So, but why I say entrepreneurship? Because I love to talk on entrepreneurship, and I'm an entrepreneur. I feel that entrepreneurship is something everyone needs to apply. Entrepreneurship is a mindset that you can apply in your jobs as well. That is entrepreneurship. Yes, that is. Now coming to design thinking process, it's a process where it's a 5-step process. The first is empathize, the second is defining the problem, the third is coming up with an idea for the problem, the fourth is prototyping the idea, and the last is testing your prototype. That is, this is design thinking process. The first is empathize with people around, the animals around, with the environment around. Then define their problem. The third is, once you define the problem, you come up with the idea towards that problem. Then develop the prototype and test. This is design thinking process. Just a second. अभिषेक asked the direct question, कितना पैसा लगाया था अभिषेक? Because how do you, one more thing, Abhishek, thank you for asking this question. Actually, we invested, I was blessed that I could save, I could make savings from US job. That was, I was fortunate enough. आप इंडिया में जॉब करते हो तो इतना नहीं बच पाता, सो दैट इज वन थिंग. बट वी पर्सनली आई इन्वेस्टेड, माय पार्टनर एंड आई, वी बोथ इन्वेस्टेड. इट वाज एक्चुअली इन sequence. So first two outlets were opened in, total 17-18 lakh we put in both, and that's how we started the two outlets there. Yeah, and interiors and all, it went up to 20 lakh. So that's the risk I took. Honestly, the risk was of not of 20 lakh, or then later on we invested our profits also, because opening new outlets and new outlets, other outlets, total six outlets we opened, we invested a lot of money. Total we ended up investing 45 to 50 lakh. We made more money than what we invested. That's not, the risk was of US lifestyle, the risk of quitting job and coming back to India. That was the risk I took. The opportunity cost, my package was good enough package. Yeah, nothing to boast, but really good package in California. So आप 80 लाख का पैकेज छोड़ के आओगे तो आपकी अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट बहुत है. व्हाट इज द, वो है, uh, don't get into, this is to valuation of the company, and it valuation is a number. And right, six outlets, you can have the, keep the valuation of 5 cr also, 7 cr also. It depends how do you value. Valuation is not exactly the assets, so it's not equal to assets. So you want to buy in 7 cr, I'm ready, Abhishek. So that is the thing. So, but interesting, we need to ask these kind of questions to get the reality of the businesses, what it's, yeah. So that is the thing. No, I think yes, that is critical thinking, Abhishek. And that's what today we will discuss about, the critical thinking. That why do you quit your job? If you want to know that, why did you quit? Why did you start business? Why food industry? Why B2C? Why B2B? Why this and why that? It's not, critical thinking is not about criticism. Critical thinking is about asking various questions from various angle. Why only that job? Why you are doing engineering, by the way? What is the purpose? Asking questions from various angles, this is critical thinking. So as this topic came up, I wanted to take it after some time, but this question came in and we need to ask a lot of questions. That is the job of an entrepreneur. We need to ask a lot of questions. Thank you for asking. Challenges from already established competitors. Certainly, yes, Tarun. The challenge is that, okay, so later we realize that people say that who is your competitor in Mexican food? Mexican is all about nachos, tacos, quesadillas, right? So who's your competitor? I said, immature entrepreneur, right? At that time, 6 years before. So मैंने बोला, there is no competitor. We are the first one in Pune. With so much proud. Okay. You know what? Our competitors were chaat, chola bhatura, pav bhaji. They were also not direct but indirect competitor, right? People will either eat one pav bhaji or nachos, right? Or maybe burritos, right? Agar, if the person has eaten pav bhaji, correct? He's not gonna eat the burritos because he is full now. So that is also indirect competitor, correct? So that is the thing. There comes the empathy, what I'm talking about, because unless you understand your user, unless you understand your customer, you're not going to provide them the right product and value. And that is why design thinking, that's why we are learning design thinking. And the challenges from already established competitors, Tarun, these were the challenges. And all this food, chaat, chola bhatura, pav bhaji, it's all made up with the maybe maida or carbs, right? And you can get maida and all in very less price. The cost is very less, so the price is very less. That's why Indian food is very less or affordable. Mexican food was exotic. तो आप बोल रहे होगे कि चाट ही चला देना था आगे, करेक्ट? तो वो तो है, इसीलिए चलता है चाट. सो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कस्टमर्स. That is what they want. What is the problem? What is the need are you going to solve? That is design thinking. Then we understood the need was कि ये बाहर तो competition बहुत बेकार है. We need to go into IT companies, and then we went to IT companies. IT companies we rocked like anything. क्योंकि वहाँ पे वॉल्यूम्स बहुत है. एंड द आईटी कंपनी पीपल अंडरस्टैंड burritos, rice bowls, and all. And that's where we hit the right target. That is why. So this is design thinking, understanding people, and we will practice some of these stuff also here. The second, so we'll start one by one. We'll go one by one. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. So empathize. So empathize. So what is empathy? Empathy is not sympathy. Empathy is not sympathy. Sympathy is like you're going to, sympathy is actually helping someone in the tough situation. So let's say if you a child is begging and you give the food out of sympathy, there's sympathy. But what is empathy is like you empathize, you understand someone's need problem, and then solve that problem, educating, giving them some time, right? And empowering them, because they more than food they need on day-to-day basis. But if you give them education and give you time, some confidence that they can earn their living by themselves, they need not beg. Am I right? So what is better? So yeah, I mean, so that is empathy. You need to understand animals, environment, people are genes, for example. That's the best example. You empathize with the products around as well, and understand the what can be, or how can I make money out of it, or it's not making money, how can I help people around. Design thinking, the people, genes, from genes, who is the user of that genes, and can I help that user with the better products or other products. This is empathy, understanding and having the observation down. This is empathy. There are some tools for empathy: customer journey map, observation, pestle, vibe analysis, interview. This is the empathy map. Empathy map. Now, you say that, Arjun, you're saying that to understand, but is there any tools? Because every step we will be learning about the tools. Yes. And this is the tool to know about the empathy. Now, this is the user at the center. And what this user is doing is that see, hear, think, feel, do, and say. And then identifying the pain and gain. I'll keep yourself as user here, right? Here, you are the user, let's say engineering bachelor's. And what do you see, let's say? So you see that, oh, Shark Tank. You see Shark Tank. You see these things happening, all these design thinking and innovation, and government is promoting, encouraging entrepreneurship or innovation in India, that you see around. You see in the newspapers that a lot of startups getting funding also, that you see, right? Environment, market offers, friends. Then what you hear is that, yeah, this guy in specs, yes, he was invited and he was talking something about genes and all. something Mexican food. Yeah, that guy, that, yeah, I heard him that he was talking about entrepreneurship startups, and he also said that we can do entrepreneurship, but I don't have money. How can I do that? This guy is like, he's talking in the air, man. ठीक है. Then you start thinking and feeling that कुछ तो बात सही बोल रहा था वो, कुछ तो सेटिस्फैक्शन की बात बोल रहा था, कुछ फुलफिलमेंट की भी बात बोलता था, कुछ बोल रहा था वो. तो हाँ, मुझे लगता है कुछ मोटिवेट किया उसने, बोलता था कि कर सकते हैं, मुझे भी लगता है कि शायद मैं कर सकती हूँ या कर सकता हूँ. ओके, यू थिंकिंग एंड व्हाट यू डू एंड से टू योर फ्रेंड्स, यार आई हैव अ क्लोथिंग आइडिया, क्लोथिंग स्टार्टअप आइडिया. You want to start, and let's start a food tech, let's start a clothing tech, or let's start an ed tech, let's start a health tech or something, etc. You do and say to parents also that पापा मुझे स्टार्टअप चालू करना है. क्या मार्क्स कितने हैं तुम्हारे? कभी कभी हो सकता है, बट थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग, आई एम सेइंग दैट, आई एम जस्ट किडिंग, थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग. बट हो सकता है ना, राइट? वो पेरेंट्स को भी बोल सकते हैं. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव एक्चुअली डिस्कस्ड विद योर पेरेंट्स कि आई एम थिंकिंग टू डू समथिंग दिस थिंग आल्सो, करेक्ट? What they do and say, and what are their pains? The pain is that they are, there are too many assignments in engineering, we are not getting time, we don't have funds also, this and that. Your pain could be anything. Yeah? My girlfriend is not saying, not allowing me to go for startups because if I go in startup there is a risk. पेरेंट्स हाँ नहीं करेंगे, हो भी सकता है, नॉट श्योर. आई नो दैट योर एज इज लाइक, अभी आपकी एज नहीं है, बट हो भी सकता है, like anything, right? So this is the pain, and what is the gain you're looking for? You're looking for freedom, you're looking for something doing of your own, you're looking for to start something, you're looking to create your own brand. This is empathy map. And what you're doing is you're understanding your user, and now you come up with some startup program, you come up with some online program, you come up with the incubation center, you come up with this and that, and whatever thing it could be. The solution is will come later. I'm not talking about solution, I'm just talking to how to understand people. This is not sympathizing, this is understanding people, having heart to heart connection. हाँ, वो तो सर है ही हार्ट टू हार्ट. उसने हाँ बोला कल मेरे को, सर बिल्कुल हार्ट टू हार्ट कनेक्ट हुआ अपना. वो वाला नहीं एम्पैथी, वो तो नेक्स्ट लेवल है फिर वो. उसके बारे में आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट नॉर्मल अंडरस्टैंडिंग विद एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग अराउंड. या दैट इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग. हाँ अभिषेक, पहले बैचलर्स करो, उसके बाद मास्टर्स करो, उसके बाद जॉब करो, उसके बाद शादी करो, उसके बाद कार खरीद लो, उसके बाद बच्चे कर लो, उसके बाद घर खरीदो या घर भी खरीदो, क्योंकि सबने बोला है, चाचा चाची ने, मामा मम्मी सब बोल रहे हैं घर खरीदना है. और उसके बाद आपको तो जो करना है वो कर ही लेना, फिर स्टार्टअप तो हो ही जाता होगा. तो हाँ, फिर तो हो ही जाता होगा, आप हो ही जाएगा फिर तो ठीक है. कभी कभी ऐसे माइंडसेट होता है, कभी कभी थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग, आई एम स्टिल सेइंग. तब तक सब कुछ होगा आपके पास. एट द एज ऑफ 45-50 घर भी होगा, बच्चे होंगे, सब होगा. एक चीज नहीं होगी, क्या पता है आपको? एंड द सेम रीजन आई क्विट माई जॉब. आपके पास वो रिस्क टेकिंग एबिलिटी नहीं होगी. दूसरी बात, आपके पास पैशन नहीं होगा. तीसरी बात, वो एनर्जी नहीं होगी. फोर्थ, आपके पास इतना इनहिबिशंस होंगे आपको, क्योंकि आपको स्टार्टअप के लिए हो सकता है छोटा सा स्टार्टअप चालू करना पड़ेगा. आप बोलोगे नहीं यार जॉब. फोर्थ, अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट बहुत होगी, क्योंकि आपका सैलरी बहुत बड़ा होगा उस टाइम में. 45-50 पे आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज बहुत पड़ती है, सैलरी बहुत होता है. तो आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू कैन नॉट स्टार्ट, बट what you will lose, I'm saying that. Now one more is customer journey map. This is the customer journey map. Now to understand customer, this is the customer journey map. This is also one of the tool to know, to practice empathy. I mean, practice empathy. So what is this? By the way, empathy map is clear, guys. मैं एक तो आफ्टरनून में आफ्टर लंच के बाद इतना बोल रहा हूँ, और मुझे सुनना है कि आप हो वहाँ पे. You're in the chat box. Are you there? Can you connect? Can you feel people? Can you understand yourself? Can you understand empathy, what I'm talking about? This understanding. Are you there? Yes, in the chat box. something. Your chat is my energy. Am I able to see that? How many of you there? Yes, Vikram, yo. Stands in Tarun, Vansh, Adnan, great, Devyanshu. अरे हैं सब लोग हैं क्या? कुछ अलार्म लगा रखा है क्या कि ये बंदा ऐसे पूछ ऑटोमेटिकली, ये बंदा ऐसा पूछेगा तो यस बोल देंगे, बाकी अपना काम चल रहा है, नेटफ्लिक्स पे मूवी चल रही है, ऐसा तो नहीं है? चलो ग्रेट, सो मेनी आर देयर स्टिल अवेक, ग्रेट, थैंक यू थैंक यू। चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं एम्पैथी में, और कस्टमर जर्नी मैप देख लेते हैं। व्हाट इज कस्टमर जर्नी मैप? द कस्टमर जर्नी मैप इज दैट how, even if you're, imagine you're designing a product, imagine you're designing a service or product. So the customer journey map is example. Let's say, not sure, have you used Urban Clap, Urban Company? So Urban Company may, where you can, register plumber or electrician and all those. So you go there, you sign up, you log in, and you look for the carpenter, you search the carpenters available, you go book the time slots, the next day he comes, he fixes, then he say thank you, then you get an email, and you say that no, the things were not gone well. He comes again, fixes again, then you give the reviews, ratings, and then finally you recommend also, no, Urban Clap is really good. What is that? It's a journey of a customer. Journey of a customer. Yes. You need to understand the journey of a customer. Ask users on competition or your competition that you are using your competitor brand, Urban Club, and you are, let's say, coming up with one more brand. So you go to Urban Company user and ask that what is their journey. The first is they are aware about the company, that oh, there's something called Urban Company, Urban Club. You can register online, you can book online the plumber or electrician, etc. Use blogs and infographics. You go and see that. Oh, how's the review? Oh yes, I mean there are 5-star reviews and Google and etc. Then you site and you shop, you book, and anything. It could be anything. I mean any product. Then they provide service to you. And off on coming, and this in the your product. This is the customer journey. Yes, customer journey. So I want to know in the chat box, guys, that if you have any idea about your, who will be your competitor, you want to do the journey map on, you want to test this journey map on that particular, which is that company you want to do, and identify the problem. Let's say I am starting a clothing company, so I want to do Myntra is my competitor, and I want to do customer journey on Myntra. What is your brand? I told you it's a hack. आप लोगों ने अलार्म लगा रखा है कुछ कि ये बंदा बोलेगा आर यू देयर, यो बोलना है तो बस अलार्म लगा के यो बोलना है, ऐसा है क्या? दूसरा क्वेश्चन पूछा तो हरप्रीत इज नो सर। तो बताओ डिलीवरी वैरायटी, ओके रिया, अदर्स, कुछ ऐसी ब्रांड्स हैं जिन पे आप कस्टमर जर्नी आप इंटरेस्ट, लाइक लेट्स से electric vehicle. So electric vehicle, you're coming up the bike. So you go to the bike, so you identify the problem wherever they find, and then this is an opportunity, I mean to say that. And that's how you understand customers' pain points. That it may happen that, right? For example, electric bike, you are coming up, new electric bike. Fabulous, fantastic, attractive social media presence online, word of mouth, people happening. Oh, they're selling in like 50,000 rupees electric bike and all those things. And the reviews is also good, like 5-star rating. And when you go there to test the drive, and you go to the website, first of all, website doesn't work. It may happen that you go to the shop, it's not available, and the booking, for example, it may happen that. So people who have used it, they're giving good reviews of the product, but the problem is that it's not available. It may happen, I'm just saying that. So you need to identify customer pain points on these stages. This is customer journey map. Yes. For example, what problem do you see here? What problem do you see here? Now, so many problems, right? Maybe they're not wearing slippers, also, maybe it's too much of, they may have backache also, and so on. Unorganized, yes. So, this could be the problem. Yes. In one word, you want to write the problems. Their hands may be, hurting. It could be the problem. This is empathy. That's what we want to practice. अरे इसमें सर assignment में marks कितने मिलेंगे? सर कब सबमिट करना है सर? कैन यू प्लीज एक्सटेंड द डेडलाइन प्लीज सर? कैन यू एक्सटेंड सर? मार्क्स कट जाएंगे मेरे. यहाँ पे ये बात ही नहीं हो रही है. कैन यू सी दिस इज अ डिफरेंट एजुकेशन, डिजाइन थिंकिंग, empathy. Can you empathize with the people around, any situation around? There is no safety as well, Tarun. Thank you. This is a problem, right? They're standing in the queue, long queue. This is a problem. Need of social media. What's the problem in Facebook? सर वो तो आदम जमाने का है सर, वो बहुत पुराना हो गया है सर. कुछ आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज फेसबुक. आई एम नॉट देयर मैन. आई एम नॉट देयर. आई एम ऑन सम अदर एप्लीकेशन. फिर भी फेसबुक का क्या प्रॉब्लम है गाइस? ओल्ड ओल्ड हो गए तो क्या? ओल्ड मारुति नहीं लोगे क्या फिर प्रीत? ओल्ड है तो एथिक्स नहीं है क्या इनाम? क्या एथिक्स नहीं है? क्या मामा चाचा बुआ ताऊ फोन करते हैं क्या आपको? क्या कर रहे हो? डेटा थेफ्ट है. ओके. इंस्टा पे नहीं डेटा थे? ठीक है. ऑल्टरनेटिव एप्स. ओके. मैं तो प्रॉब्लम पूछ रहा हूँ. फेसबुक का प्रॉब्लम क्या है या नीड क्या है? यूजर की नीड क्या है व्हेन दे गो ऑन फेसबुक? We keep consuming, right, all these applications, but we never think of, just remember this, guys, because we are in this generation of consuming a lot of data. You need to add more data than you consume, then you are successful. I'm repeating again, you need to add more data on social media than you consume, then you are successful. Else you are stuck, man. वो रील्स चल रही हैं तो चल रही हैं तो चल रही हैं, रात भर एंटरटेनमेंट चल रहा है. आउटकम उसका कुछ ऐसा है नहीं खास. So you need to add more data, right? So add this today's session. What did you learn in entrepreneurship on LinkedIn, right? This is you are adding something rather than consuming. Right? So this irrelevant, too much irrelevant advertisements. Okay, stands in bad interface experience, privacy issue. It's at peak of what it can be. Okay. ठीक है. So these are the issues, right? That's what I want to know. We are talking only about the problems. There is problem in the spoon. If there is no saucer, imagine there is no saucer. This. So the problem is that where would you keep the spoon? The problem is heat, obviously hot weather. Empathy empathize with this person. Practice. Have you ever thought that what problem he can have? Like there is a problem. What is the problem? Sorry, I have to go back and forth just to see your chats. Safety mask नहीं है. Standing whole day. Yes. No use of machines. Access to market for better prices. Consistently spread नहीं होगा. Exactly, Tarun, Inham, Harpreet, Shani. Time consuming, high labor. Very true. Shani, very good, very good. Thank you for your answers. This is the problem. And you see that again, this also would have a problem, a backache maybe, or this and that. We are talking only about the problems. आई नो सर, लाइफ में ऑलरेडी इतनी प्रॉब्लम्स, आप और प्रॉब्लम्स की बात कर रहे हो. ऑनलाइन अटेंड करना पड़ रहा है सेशन. पेरेंट्स वो बोलते हैं क्या कर रहे हो, लगे रहते हो इंस्टा पे दिन भर. कहाँ जाए सर, पार्टी करने को मिल नहीं रहा है. प्रॉब्लम इतनी सारी है ऑलरेडी, और आप प्रॉब्लम की बात कर रहे हो सर. कुछ अच्छी बात करते हैं, करेंगे, आइडिया पे आते हैं हम लोग. सो I mean to say, guys, there is have the empathy. You see anything, just like genes, starting from the genes to this guy, to Facebook, to application, to this and that, and machinery, and people are animals around, anything and everything. You can find an opportunity. This is design thinking. This is the mindset. You need to be empathetic towards the people, animals, environment, objects around, and you can make money out of it by helping a lot of people. Unless you understand user, it's very difficult to have that empathy. It's very difficult to, you keep, तो फिर लाइफ तो निकल ही जाती है उसमें, क्या है. तो ऐसा है. Because you, why design thinking is you understand needs, customer needs. ठीक है. You identify opportunities, you come up with the idea that we are going to discuss. When you develop the idea, then you will create a startup, you will create wealth to yourself, and you will create wealth for the people and stakeholders. Yeah, that's why this is the first step, to have the empathy. अरे उसका रेस्टोरेंट बहुत चल रहा है, अरे मिंत्रा बहुत कमाता है, चल ना मिंत्रा जैसा कुछ करते हैं. और अभी ऑनलाइन यार बहुत चल रहा है, ऑनलाइन लेट्स से रेंटल क्लॉथ्स बहुत चल रहा है. अरे कुछ तो ऑर्गेनिक बहुत चल रहा है, और ऑर्गेनिक कर, अरे बॉस कर लेना तो ठीक है. डू यू सी द कस्टमर्स, डोंट सी द कंपेटिटर्स. कैन यू एम्पैथाइज विद द कस्टमर, डू यू अंडरस्टैंड देम? इफ यू डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड देम, फिर तो क्या है, वो बिजनेसमैन और एंटरप्रेन्योर में डिफरेंस होता है, वही है. और क्या, फिर यू आर एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, यू नीड टू थिंक बिग, different, understand customer needs. I'll discuss about the critical thinking also and innovation design. Plastic spoons, problem है. People throw dust or trash outside the dustbin. Problem है. अरे ये लोग ही खराब हैं, क्या कर सकते हैं कुछ. इनको कितना बोलते हैं स्वच्छ भारत स्वच्छ, ये लोग को समझ में नहीं आता. अरे कहाँ से समझ में आएगा, वो फुल है, पूरा फुल है. कहाँ फेंकोगे आप कचरा, पूरा तो फुल हो चुका है वो. तो लोगों की क्या गलती है उसमें, राइट? कमिंग टू द सेकेंड स्टेप. अभी हम लोगों ने बात की है सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम्स की. देयर आर सो मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स, बट यू नीड टू एम्पैथाइज यूजिंग द एम्पैथी मैप एंड कस्टमर जर्नी मैप. यस, hope that is clear. Coming to the define the problem. Define the problem. You define the problem using why analysis. Now, in empathize stage, we diverge. diverge our thinking. बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम बात करेंगे, बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे. रिमेंबर आई आस्क्ड यू टू that person, those ladies, laborers carrying the bricks, and बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आइडेंटिफाई. बट यू नीड टू नैरो डाउन. सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम्स की बात नहीं करना है, उसका सोल्यूशन तो निकालना है. सोल्यूशन निकालने के लिए यू नीड टू नैरो डाउन. यस. How would you narrow down? Using again tool is defining the problem. That is, second step is defining the problem. First was empathize. Defining the problem में you will use why analysis and problem statement. What is why analysis? Why analysis is, I'll give you example. You will apply 2, 3, 4, 5 whys. Like people use plastic which harms the environment. Why? Anyone? Can you answer this question? People use plastic. अरे यार ये लोग बहुत बेकार. कितनी बार बोला है यार? Convenience, cheap. हरप्रीत, okay? तो मत यूज करो प्लास्टिक यार. ये लोग समझते नहीं है. Easily available भैया. और this is critical thinking. You asking questions. Don't have alternatives sometimes. Exactly, Adnan. What I wanted to hear that. They do not have alternative. ऐसा problem नहीं है. लोगों का problem नहीं है. लोगों का. When Papa Zapata, we started. I told my partner one day, यार विकास ये प्लास्टिक है यार, प्लास्टिक बंद कर यार, बहुत बेकार है. It's not good for environment. And अपन wood use करेंगे, wooden spoons. प्लास्टिक स्पून्स कितने का आता है? 50 पैसा. वुडन स्पून कितने का आता है? 2 रुपए. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? इट्स 1.5 रुपीज यार. यू कम फ्रॉम यूएस मैन, प्लेइंग इन डॉलर्स. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? आपका माइंडसेट तो अभी वहीं पे ही है. हाँ ठीक है, 2. ठीक है अर्जुन, करते हैं अपन. पहले बिल आता था डिस्पोजेबल का 1 मंथ का 10,000 रुपीज. जब हम लोग डिस्पोजेबल वुडन यूज करना चालू किया बॉस, 35,000. इतना ज्यादा. It was not a matter of 1.5 rupees. It's a matter of volumes. When you play in volumes, आपका बहुत डिफरेंस आता है. फिर वापस में गया अपने पार्टनर के पास, या विकास, हाँ बोल. बोले यार एक काम करना, वो अपन प्लास्टिक का यूज करते हैं वापस से. अरे 25,000 एक्स्ट्रा, योर पॉकेट मनी बाबा, योर प्रॉफिट, जिससे घर चल रहा है. तो ये मैं इनिशियल डेज की बात कर रहा हूँ, जब बिफोर मैरिज. तब चल जाता था, अभी होगा तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, राइट? तो भी आपका पॉकेट मनी था, राइट? वो अगर वो चले जाएगा तो क्या करोगे? तो घर चलाना है या एनवायरमेंट को बचाना है गाइस? घर चलाना है, एनवायरमेंट बचाना है. घर पहले बचाओगे, राइट? दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम, द रियल प्रॉब्लम. स्टील यूज करने का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है तरुण. स्टील यूज कर सकते हैं, बट that's what you used to do in IT companies. It vanishes. It somewhere it falls short of at the end. So if you've got, let's say, 200 spoons, next 10-20% मान के चलो वो कि आप घूमेंगे ही घूमेंगे. कहाँ जाती है पता ही नहीं होता. Paper spoons also expensive, yeah. I mean, nothing like plastic, honestly, as far as costing is concerned. That's the problem the entire world is facing, yeah. नहीं तो आपको क्या लगता है कोका कोला और पेप्सी नहीं बनाता था दूसरे उसमें? तो वो तो है. द लेस पोर्टेबिलिटी ऑफ स्टील. They don't have alternative. That's the problem. Second is, it's very, why they don't have alternative? Because alternatives are very expensive. Why it's expensive? Because the raw material supply is very expensive. क्या होगा एक्सपेंसिव में? एक तो वुड है. सेकेंड, आपने वो सुना है एडिबल स्पून होती है? एडिबल स्पून,
Yes, sir.
जिसको खा सकते हैं.
Yes, sir.
तो बट उसका रॉ मटेरियल अगेन राइस एंड बाजरा, ज्वार, मिलेट्स एंड ऑल, वो भी बहुत एक्सपेंसिव होता है. प्लास्टिक से कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते आप. व्हाई दैट इज? द ओवरऑल प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट इज वेरी हाई. तो क्या करेंगे ओवरऑल प्रोडक्शन का कॉस्ट का? बाय द रॉ मटेरियल इन बल्क एंड बूस्ट द रिस्पेक्टिव सेल्स. यही एक सोल्यूशन है, बट ये अभी भी काम नहीं कर रहा है ऑनेस्टली. तो ये ग्रीन में है, सोल्यूशन है. बट अगेन very difficult, getting very difficult for entrepreneurs to come up with that kind of. The next is you don't like to spend time on FB. True, why? It doesn't have privacy. Why doesn't have privacy? All relatives are there on the platform. अरे तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है तो नहीं, all activities are not appreciated by parents and relatives. तरुण क्या कर रहे थे? तरुण के चाचा का कॉल आता है, क्या कर रहे थे तरुण? क्या कर रहे हैं सैटरडे इवनिंग को वहाँ पे? क्या है तेरे हाथ में, क्या है? तरुण मामा चाचा जी जूस है, जूस का ग्लास है. जूस तो दिख नहीं रहा है, कौन सा जूस है चाचा जी? वो मिक्स जूस है, थोड़ा सा ऑरेंज टाइप का जूस है. अरे खेले हुए हैं हम लोग, पढ़ाई करो चुपचाप. तरुण इज लाइक भागो भागो मैन यहाँ से. भाई क्यों फोटो डालता है यार? तुझे मना किया है यार शिवम, इसको बस एफबी पे फोटो डालना है. तुझे पता है फेसबुक सिर्फ दिवाली के लिए, वीकेंड्स के फोटो डाल दिए. तो बस सब चीजें अप्रिशिएट होती नहीं है, तो आप भागते हो फिर वहां से. और सोसाइटल जजमेंट्स हैं, जनरेशन गैप है यार, अभी कुछ भी नहीं किया जा सकता है, बहुत सारी चीजों का कुछ नहीं किया जा सकता. बट कुछ कर सकते हो आप क्या? जजमेंट तो चेंज नहीं कर सकते सोसाइटी के, जनरेशन गैप को चेंज नहीं कर सकते, तो क्या करोगे आप नया प्लेटफॉर्म लाओगे विद मोर सिक्योरिटी एंड मॉडर्न फीचर. अरे अब तो डाल यार बॉस, इंस्टा डाल. कौन सा फोटो डालना है? अच्छा एक हाथ में, दोनों हाथ में जूस लेता हूँ मैं, ये अब दोनों का डाल. Am I right? Can you connect, guys? Yes, you're in the chat box. Can you connect? This is critical thinking, guys. Why are you doing that? Why, Arjun, why did you quit your job? Why are you doing restaurant business? Why are you doing edtech business? By the way, restaurant business, now I'm getting more into edtech. I'm working on edtech startup, and I am coming up with the entrepreneurship program also, my own programs. So that's also why are you doing that? Why the earth is round? Why the animals have not changed? Thousands a year, dog used to look like a dog only. Dog never had Saturday, Sunday, 1,000 years before, 2,000 years before. They don't have work there then also, today also they do not have work. Crocodiles are crocodiles, animals are animals, cows are cows. 1,000 years before, 500 before, 100 years before. But we humans have changed a lot. We are coming up the robots and AI and ML and have constructed a lot, destroyed the earth. And why? Social consciousness. What is that thing? Do you ask these kind of, why are you doing engineering? Why are you attending this session? By the way, why? सर वो अटेंडेंस बोला था मैडम ने कि अटेंडेंस लगेगा, नहीं तो मार्क्स कट जाएंगे. अरे कम ऑन, आर यू रियली अटेंडिंग दिस सेशन फॉर मार्क्स और अटेंडेंस? और सर वो सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा ना, उस वो सर जॉब में काम आएगा मेरे. तो सर सर्टिफिकेट के लिए वो सर नाम दिखाना सर. कम ऑन, नो, यू आर अटेंडिंग दिस सेशन बिकॉज यू वांट टू गेन द नॉलेज ऑन डिजाइन थिंकिंग एंड you want to apply design thinking in your startups or in your processes or in your jobs, but you want to learn that. Yes or no, guys? That's
sir.
why you need to ask these kind of questions, that why is it happening? This is critical thinking. Critical thinking is not criticizing something. Critical thinking is not being critic. Critical thinking is thinking from various angles, various aspects, and then taking the decision. This is critical thinking. Asking a lot of questions. And why? That's why I like this word, that is iconoclast. Iconoclast. Search this word. Iconoclast is revolutionary. Thinking differently. Windows used to have everything on right. Apple came with the left, everything on left. Why it has to be on right? That cancel and all this. Can you see this on the top? These buttons. Why it has to be on right only? Apple came up with the on the left. Ask these questions. I'm sure Steve Jobs must have asked these questions, that Windows, everything is on right, will do on left. Go for it. Yes, we focus more on left. Oh, Windows का profit margin उनका right में actually. So that is, I mean, the right, like they're making money, we'll also make money. Being judgmental, right? Oh no, all my seniors, my bhaiya didi, they have done MBAs and they have become doctors and they are earning good. And so I also will do MBA and then I will also live happily forever. Arey, come on, why? Did you ask why? Why did they do? What is happiness? What is fulfillment? How to find fulfillment? How to find that satisfaction? What is satisfaction? अरे सर क्या बात कर रहे हो आप बड़ी बड़ी सर वो कल असाइनमेंट है वो करना है अभी तो वो परसों सोचूंगा ना सर मैं वो सेटिस्फैक्शन आप बोल रहे हो मेरे को अभी तो टाइम नहीं है सर मुझे आपका रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है सेशन से परसों देखता हूँ मैं अभी तो मुझे असाइनमेंट करना है व्हाई आई होप यू आर कनेक्टिंग गाइस लाइक यू आर देयर कनेक्टिंग व्हाई दिस इज क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग you need to have that understanding by asking questions. This is design thinking. This is the part of design thinking. Why this session, guys? You can design thinking. You just go there on YouTube, Google. You will find the design thinking there. Yeah, but the purpose of this session is to actually empathize, sensitize you with the real time example, real life examples, my own examples, my entrepreneur's friend examples, and I can confidently say this is this and that is that. This is the purpose of this session. So that's how a your target audience, a traveler, for example, this is a problem statement, guys. Now you're defining it now. So you're defining the root cause. This is the root cause. You don't spend time on FB because the root cause is maybe judgments and generation gap. उसका आप कुछ कर सकते हो क्या? People use plastic, yeah. रूट कॉज क्या है क्योंकि प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा है प्रॉब्लम लोगों का नहीं है प्रॉब्लम सो देर इज अ रूट कॉज सो व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू डू इज यू आर डिफाइनिंग द रूट कॉज इन दिस ऑल्सो योर टारगेट with the problem statement the target audience is trying to book a flight on phone but it takes a long time to book why because यहाँ पे why analysis because the website does not responsive and it does not have an application तब सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम यही है बिकॉज ट्रैवलर को इतना टाइम क्यों लग रहा है व्हाई फ्रस्ट्रेटेड व्हाई इज फ्रस्ट्रेटेड बिकॉज जो रूट कॉज है यहाँ पे यू आर ट्राइंग टू डिफाइन द प्रॉब्लम नाउ राइट that means initially you diverge with a lot of problems and finally you converge and synthesize the problem statement. Then again, you diverge. What do you diverge? You diverge ideas. And you converge the idea and finally execute. Right? This is design thinking. So you must be thinking that, and you know that critical thinking also. What is critical thinking? By asking questions and by a lot of questions, various questions, and going into that depth. Right? So where is the innovation design here? The innovation comes here after once you design the problems, formulate your problem and solution. Then you actually go ahead and create the prototype, the working prototype for which people will pay for it. Once the customers start paying for it, this is innovation. That is new idea, creating, executing something. So you're executing your idea. Once you execute, you start generating wealth because people are paying you. This is innovation. This is innovation. So innovation is not about new ideas. Innovation is actually converting ideas into opportunities where people will pay for it. This is innovation. Design thinking is actually discussing about understanding the problems, empathizing with people around, and coming up with the solution what they want. This is more of a design thinking. By the way, in design thinking, you create the prototype as well. I'm not saying that. Prototype and test. But once you test, prototype and test, where is the thing? Once the prototype and testing done, there comes the innovation. Yahan se. Because innovation is actually testing your product in the market where people will be ready to pay. This is called MVP also, minimum viable product. Please write it down, minimum viable product. This is innovation. Yes. So what is entrepreneurship then? The moment people start paying, you have to scale it up to a large extent where you become Zomato or Oyo, or go to national and international level, generate huge wealth to you and to your stakeholders. This is entrepreneurship. In that you gather resources. Can you manage 1,000 people? सर वो पहले सर वो एक डिग्री कर लेते हैं सर और पहले जॉब लग जाएगा फिर तो 1,000. Can you manage 1,000 people? Tell me. आसान नहीं है लोगों को संभालना. सर वो इनोवेशन किया था वो सर वो चोरी कर लिया किसी ने और फिर उसने सर बहुत पैसे बनाए फिर बाद में सर हमारा आइडिया था एक्चुअली वो सर ऑनलाइन क्लॉथिंग का फिर वो सर मिंत्रा ने स्टील कर लिया था और मिंत्रा इज नाउ $1 billion कंपनी. क्यों? बिकॉज दे डिड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. You came up with the innovation, but they did entrepreneurship. You need to be really like entrepreneur to create wealth. नहीं एक्चुअली तरुण शार्क टैंक पे तो नहीं सोचा अभी जाने का. इनवाइट आएगा तो जाएंगे. So I know it's a big thing, but I wish कभी मौका मिले जाने का. So that is the thing. और मुझे इतना समझ में आएगा इस पापा से बाड़ा करने के बाद कि क्योंकि पापा से बाड़ा अभी कोरोना टाइम पर इट वाज कंप्लीटली शट डाउन, राइट? तो मुझे ये समझ में आया गाइस, मैं आपसे शेयर कर रहा हूँ, यू आर फ्रॉम इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड, गो फॉर द टेक प्रोडक्ट्स. दैट्स माय लर्निंग, राइट? बिकॉज आई एम ऑल्सो वर्किंग ऑन ए टेक प्लेटफॉर्म. अभी बहुत इनिशियल स्टेज पे है, इसलिए मैं बहुत ज़्यादा आपसे बात नहीं कर पाऊंगा उसके बारे में, लेकिन द कंपनी इज रजिस्टर्ड प्राइवेट लिमिटेड एंड आई एम एक्टिंग एज अ को फाउंडर एंड CEO. एंड वी हैव अ टीम ऑफ 5 नाउ. भी हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं उस पर, प्रोटोटाइप पे काम कर रहे हैं एड टेक प्लेटफॉर्म. व्हाई आई एम शेयरिंग दैट? क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी इज द थिंग गाइस. Now you may be having questions that, sir, we are not from tech background. Those, though you are from engineering, but in case you think that you do not require, you need to be an entrepreneur. You need to just understand the technology, and more important is gathering resources. Tech is very important, guys, these days. Without tech, आप business कर रहे हो तो it's very difficult, I mean, to make money, scale up especially. You won't be able to standardize and scale up unless there is technology. I'm trying to come up with my own programs also on entrepreneurship. Fully tech, fully online, everything is online. So we have to accept the technology. So that is one thing I want to share with you. So use the technology. Here is the thing, design thinking here is the innovation is like the entire thing, because you bring innovation in lean startup, agile, Six Sigma, that is MNCs and all, bring innovation. And then once you bring innovation, that's the constant, then the total is entrepreneurship. Why is entrepreneurship is the biggest umbrella? Under entrepreneurship, everything comes, like design thinking, lean startup, agile, Six Sigma. This will come only you have entrepreneurship. When you have big, huge companies, and then so a lot of innovators cannot be an entrepreneurs, right? But all the entrepreneurs are innovators because they bring innovation in product, service, marketing, product design, customer support, etc. They have to do innovate everything. Design thinking comes here. So I hope it is very clear, guys. Yes, are you still there? I know it's 15 minutes more to go, and I'll finish the rest of the 3. You're still there, guys. How are you liking the session? Are you there? Awake? Yes, Tarun, Ria, Sunan, Amar, Adnan, Harpreet stands in. Yes. Atik, Swani, Vansh, Abrar, Devanshu. Great, guys. Thank you. Rohit, Muskan. Awesome. Awesome. Which semester you are in, guys, by the way? Which semester? First semester. First. Okay, nice. Interesting. Great.
Maximum from first semester, but few students are from fifth semester also.
अगर आप सिर्फ ये चैट
यही मोटिवेट था कि चलो हमारा यही था कि इसको फर्स्ट ईयर को थोड़ा सा मोटिवेट किया जाए।
फर्स्ट ईयर को मैम, हाँ फर्स्ट ईयर थोड़ा मोटिवेटेड रहता भी है। आप जैसे फर्स्ट सेम में अभी सेकंड में जाएंगे तो इनको फिर पता चलेगा कि हाँ कौन सी क्लास इंपॉर्टेंट है नहीं है। थर्ड में इनको समझ में आएगा हाँ बंक भी मारा जा सकता है, नहीं अटेंड किया जा सकता है। फोर्थ में फिफ्थ में तो फिर दे बिकम इंजीनियर। सो
ऑनलाइन में तो इन्होंने टेक्नोलॉजिकल बंक किया है, जस्ट जॉइंड एंड लेफ्ट इट।
बट हाँ अभी तक
किया और देखे वो कहाँ इन्होंने एंजॉय किया।
हाँ अभी नेटफ्लिक्स चलता है ना, इस पे गूगल चल रहा है, उस पे नेटफ्लिक्स चल रहा है।
बिल्कुल अभी कॉलेज भी हमारा इतना आउटस्कर्ट्स में है कि भाग के भी कहीं नहीं जा सकते।
सही बात है। और देखो ये जितने भी हंस रहे हैं ना मैम, ये सब का नेटफ्लिक्स चल रहा है साइड में।
बिल्कुल
हाँ।
सबका चल रहा है।
वो क्या सच्चाई बोल दो ना एकदम तो हंसी निकल जाती है ऐसा।
It was a wonderful session.
बट गुड पार्टिसिपेशन ऑनेस्टली मैम। ऑनलाइन में मैम इतना भी मिलता नहीं है एक्चुअली, बट वेरी गुड गाइस, थैंक यू फॉर
पार्टिसिपेटिंग। My students are very cooperative. On just my one direction, they will follow the path.
Yeah, ma'am, I can see that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to ask one question.
Yeah, sure.
So the evaluation of company is something which is based upon the calculation, or it is assumed to be a particular value?
Interesting. Very good question, Abhishek. Now, what do you think, Abhishek? All these unicorns, that means $7,000 company, like $1 billion, right? So this is just the valuation. It's not actual cash. Like for example, Bajaj or Reliance, they have their factories, right? They have the asset. But the valuation of the company is, in simple terms, I can say that, let's say a company has raised 20 lakh rupees. Let's say you have raised 20 lakh rupees from investor. तो आपके पास जो एक्चुअल कैश आया है दैट इज 20 लाख. व्हाट डू यू हैव? यू हैव एन एप्लीकेशन. एक एप्लीकेशन बनाया है आपने, जो एप्लीकेशन बाहर से 5 लाख में बनता है और आपने खुद ने बनाया. आपने उसका क्या कराया? आईपी कराया, इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी पेटेंट ले लिया. टोटल आपका कितना खर्चा लगा? आपका एनर्जी लगा, टाइम लगा, और कुछ भी नहीं लगा आपका. दैट्स इट. व्हाट यू हैव द एप्लीकेशन which will solve people's students problem, or which will get students funding, let's say. ये आपका एप्लीकेशन का आइडिया. और एक्चुअली आपने देखा कि उसमें 3-4 स्टार्टअप्स को फंडिंग मिल गया. इन्वेस्टर ने देखा कि सच में फंडिंग मिल गया है किसी से. आपने क्या किया? थोड़ा मार्केटिंग भी किया. मार्केटिंग में आपका 10,000 50,000 पैसा लगा होगा. 1 लाख रुपये आपका पैसा खुद का लगा जेब से. आपका 1 से 2 साल लगा उसको बनाने में, राइट? या यू आर एन एंटरप्रेन्योर नाउ. और आपने कितना रेज किया? 20 लाख रेज किया है. क्यों रेज किया? आपको और इम्प्रूव करना है एल्गोरिदम्स एंड मार्केट करना है इसको, राइट? इसके लिए आपने 20 लाख रेज किया. बट आपका 20 लाख कितने वैल्यूएशन पे आप करोगे? वैल्यूएशन इज लाइक 1 करोड़ रुपये. आप उसका वैल्यूएशन कितना बताओगे? 2 करोड़ भी बता सकते हो. क्यों पता है? Because of the IP,
Sir,
because of the time, energy, and money you have spent.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So, but when we ask a particular investor to, invest the money in our business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Actually, I saw this on Shark Tank that the person, like he says, 1%, 1% equity, 1 crore for 1% equity of a company, right? So the
Mhm.
total evaluation goes to 100 crores. So it's a direct calculation, right?
Yeah, it's simple calculation. Yeah.
All
It's
right. So
simple. Imaginary
yes, sir,
number, you
please.
can say that.
Mm, okay, so means can we consider that valuation as the total like net worth of the company or turnover of the company?
There are two things. Abhishek, turnover is the revenues. So if your company is making, let's say you have a application and there are subscribers, entrepreneurs as subscribers. Now, the revenue